Jim Fink, Chief Investment Strategist of Jim Fink's Inner Circle, a velocity trader in options for income. Here's a question for you. What are the most significant megatrends that you see unfolding in 2021 that are of great importance for investors?
Hi, John. I think the big news for 2021 is the distribution of a COVID-19 vaccine, which will possibly allow for a return to normalcy for both the US and the entire world. This is a phrase Warren Harding coined more than a century ago in 1919 to describe the end of two destabilizing events similar to what we have now, when it was World War I and the Spanish flu. This time around, it's the coronavirus. Both Pfizer and Moderna have vaccines reported to be 95% effective in battling the coronavirus, and the head of the U.S. Center for Disease Control says that 75 million people could be fully vaccinated by the end of March, and most of the U.S. population that wants it could be vaccinated by the summer or fall of 2021. A return to normalcy would mean large group activities could occur once again. People could, for example, travel in airplanes, trains, and cars, stay in hotels without concern, eat in restaurants, work in office buildings, live in apartment buildings, watch movies in theaters, attend rock concerts, theme parks, and sporting events, and even go on cruise ships. For the first quarter of next year, I expect the same big tech stay-at-home plays that outperformed this year in 2020 to continue their stock leadership, because the coronavirus vaccine will not have much impact until later on in 2021. Stay-at-home industry sectors include online shopping, video conferencing, movie video streaming, massively multiplayer online role-playing games, and social media, of course. Interest rates will remain low, I believe, allowing home building stock to continue their 2020 outperformance as well. The rollout of 5G wireless networks with super fast video transmission will help make some of this stay-at-home activity easier and therefore permanent. Another mega trend that has already been reflected in rising stock prices is renewable energy. And I see even traditional fossil fuel companies have finally started to perk up with the vaccine news. But back to renewable energy. Solar stocks are on fire right now, the absolute best performing industry sector in the entire stock market. And I think this is thanks to their more efficient operations, technological advances, and even the residential home building boom that's been spurred by the low interest rates. Government mandates for increasing percentages of non-carbon-based energy sources began well before the pandemic began and will continue long after it is over. Tesla's dramatic 615% price surge this year is reflective of the intense investor interest in electric cars powered by lithium-ion batteries. An exciting new offshoot from solar and wind energy is green hydrogen, which uses the excess energy produced from these non-storable renewable energy generators to electrolyze water and generate hydrogen gas, which is a fuel source for industry and possibly even vehicles powered by hydrogen fuel cells. Tesla's Elon Musk says that fuel cell cars will never happen, but the management team at upstart rival Nikola disagrees with that analysis. Another mega trend is electronic payments, including digital currencies such as Bitcoin, and other forms of fintech will continue to grow, as will other digitization sectors such as big data analytics, artificial intelligence and machine learning, and the Internet of Things. The Chinese threat of economic espionage and computer hacking will only get worse in the coming years, especially now that Americans are working from home and utilizing insecure residential communication links to their office computers. Cybersecurity services are therefore becoming ever more essential components of any company's IT infrastructure. Outside of technology, I see a big catalyst for 2021 being the Tokyo Summer Olympics, which were delayed from last year and are scheduled to commence on July 23rd, 2021, and last for about 2 weeks. And lastly, in terms of equity asset classes, the big outperformers in 2021 should be small cap stocks and emerging market stocks, which have underperformed during the pandemic due to their perceived higher risk profile, but which are currently sporting historically low valuations. I would not be surprised to see these two groups explode higher next year for a prolonged period of time in conjunction with a return to normalcy and stronger global economic growth.